Part 1. Introduction. Every empire says, our money is safe. Every government says, this time is different. Every time they lie. From Rome to the Confederacy, from Byzantium to modern Lebanon, millions woke up one morning and realized they had lost everything. Savings gone, salaries worthless, the future stolen. Collapse is not rare. Collapse is the rule. And the real question is not, will it collapse? The real question is, when it collapses, are you ready? Part 2. Byzantium, the Golden Lie. The Byzantine Empire survived for 1,000 years. At the heart of its economy, the gold solidus, the money the world trusted. From Europe to Asia, everyone accepted it for centuries. They said, this money is eternal. But then, the same story began. The emperors started mixing cheap metals into the gold. They reduced its purity. They stretched its value thinner and thinner. At first, nobody noticed. Then trust cracked, and that eternal money became nothing but a lie. So who survived? Those who trusted paper? No. The merchants who quietly stored real gold preserved their wealth. Everyone else drowned. First lesson. Governments always debase money. Real value hides in things that cannot be faked. Part 3. The Black Death. Chaos turns into opportunity. Half of Europe died, cities emptied, villages vanished, trade collapsed. But the story is not only disaster. When half the labor force disappears, labor becomes gold. Survivors demanded higher wages. Land became cheap. Houses were abandoned, and those with liquidity accumulated wealth. Land that once only the rich could buy passed into the hands of peasants. We saw the same during COVID. Supply chains broke. Governments printed trillions. Those with liquidity bought homes and stocks. The rest struggled to pay rent. Lesson. Pandemics redistribute wealth. Every time. Those prepared win. Those who aren't, lose. Part 4. Florence, the lie of too big to fail. The 1340s. Florence was Europe's financial capital. Giant banks like Bardi and Peruzzi lent money to Ings, even the King of England. No one believed they could collapse. Then the king failed to repay. The banks fell. Deposits vanished. The myth of too big to fail died. Lehman Brothers in 2008. Lebanese banks in 2019. Same story. Lesson. Institutions exist to make profit, not to protect you. If they fall, they will take you down with them. Part 5. The American Civil War. Money evaporates. The North printed greenbacks. The South printed graybacks. Neither was backed by gold. Both were just paper. By 1865, prices in the South had risen thousands of times. A bag of money for a loaf of bread, and still you couldn't buy it. Salaries became worthless before they were spent. A lifetime of savings turned to dust. So who won? Those who owned land, those who held gold, those with real assets. Lesson. Even your own country will print money and debase it. Protection is not trusting paper. It is holding real assets. Part 6. The French Revolution. Patriotic paper. 1790s France. Revolutionaries overthrew the monarchy. They seized church lands. They printed assignats. Paper money. Backed by land, they said. Then they kept printing. Non-stop. Every new note diluted the last. Prices exploded. Wages lagged behind. Farmers refused to sell food for paper. They said, I want silver. Bread riots returned to Paris. So who survived? Those with gold, food, and property, the things government cannot print. Lesson. Promises, no matter how noble, only have value if others accept them. Once trust dies, your savings do not just shrink, they disappear. Part 7. The Asian crisis of 1997. The trap of borrowing in someone else's money. The Thai baht collapsed. Indonesia, Malaysia, South Korea fell like dominoes. Why? They had borrowed in dollars. They said, the peg is stable, there's no problem. When the exchange rate collapsed, their debts doubled overnight. Economies crashed. Unemployment exploded. They begged the IMF for rescue. So who suffered the most? The funds that caused the crisis? No, ordinary people. Those whose savings evaporated, whose loans imploded, who lost their jobs. Those who held dollars, they bought assets. Lesson: borrowing in someone else's currency is a death trap. When the storm hits, it is the debtor who drowns, not the creditor. Part 8. Lebanon, 2019. It is happening now. In 2019, banks in Lebanon closed. Yes, you heard that right. They closed. People woke up and couldn't reach their money. Deposits were frozen. Withdrawals restricted. The currency collapsed. The Lebanese pound lost 90% of its value. A lifetime of savings became pocket change. The middle class, doctors, engineers, everyone was wiped out. So who survived? Those who had moved wealth abroad. Those with gold. Those with property. Money sitting in the bank, gone. Lesson: the money in the bank is not yours. It is a loan you have given to an institution, and in a crisis, they can choose not to pay you. This is not far away. It is happening now. Part 9. 2008 and 2020. The system does not protect you. 2008. Americans lost their homes. Their retirements disappeared. The banks that caused the crisis bailed out. 2020. Pandemic. Trillions printed. Asset prices exploded. The rich became richer. Wages stayed where they were. 2023. Regional banks in the U.S. collapsed overnight. Too big to fail was a lie again. The system does not protect you. The system protects itself. Part 10. The solution. The art of self-protection. So what will you do? History is clear. There is no single answer. In Byzantium, it was gold. During the plague, it was liquidity. In Florence, it was not trusting large institutions. In the Confederacy, it was tangible assets. In Asia, it was not borrowing in foreign currency. In Lebanon, it was leaving before the banks closed. The pattern changes. The theme does not. Survival does not come from blindly trusting paper. It comes from seeing where real value lives. Part 11. The paradox. Crisis is an opportunity. Here is the most disturbing truth. Collapse is both tragedy and opportunity. For the unprepared, it is destruction. For the prepared, it is the time to accumulate wealth. After the plague, peasants became landowners. After 2008, those with cash bought homes. History shows protection is not only defense, it is being ready to acquire what others are forced to abandon. But assets alone are not enough. Throughout history, the winners were those who could produce value when others could not. The baker who still made bread, the craftsman who repaired tools, the farmer who fed the community. Money becomes meaningless. Production never does. Here is real protection, real assets, plus real skills. Part 12, final, call to action. Every crisis is a transfer, from the most trusting to the most prepared, from paper promises to tangible value, from passive savers to active producers. History shows this pattern again and again. The real question is not, will it collapse? It will. It always does. The real question is, will you be among the majority left holding empty promises, or among the minority holding something real? History may not repeat itself, but if you ignore it, it will still crush you. The answers are in history. I will show you where to look. Subscribe. Because the next collapse is very close.